This is Eric from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're going to check out the Arc'teryx Atom hoodie, which I've been testing for the past month. Let's dive in. So the primary material that we're working with here is a 20D nylon. So it's very lightweight. It has like an almost inherently soft feel to it, but it has proven very durable in my testing. I'll get into a few use cases in a little bit, but very happy with the exterior. I will say that especially the black colorway, like I have 2 dogs, so I've just got like a little bit of like doggy slobber on me right now, and it does clean up very well, and I'll get into the cleaning, how I wash this later as well. But overall, very happy with the material and how it like has stayed durability wise. I also think it looks very nice when you don't have a little bit of dog slobber on you. So overall, very happy with how it looks. You can also, like if you're not going to wash it completely, you can just like wipe it off with a paper towel or something like that, and it cleans up very well as well too. Like I accidentally leaned in like some, I think, bird poop this morning, and I was able to just wipe it off very easily without any issues. So we have a non-PFAS DWR coating as well, which is going to help this perform in inclement weather. I actually rode my bike with this in some rain / snow / sleet, and I stayed dry pretty much the whole time. So it wasn't like a downpour or anything like that. If it was a torrential downpour, you probably do want more of a rain shell. But in light precipitation and just kind of being out on a wet day, it's going to perform pretty well. So lots of Blue Sign approved materials on this list as well. So you know that the jacket is more sustainably sourced than a jacket that is not Blue Sign approved. So very happy to see Arc'teryx doing that. This is a YKK zipper here. So YKK zippers throughout, very easy, easy to use and just very smooth. Obviously it's gonna be easier when you're wearing it and the materials are a little bit tighter. Got this little pull here that has like a little like ledge on it, so it's pretty easy to grab onto. Even if it does get wet, you can just kind of put your fingernail on there and you are all set. You have the same ones here on the side pockets, and these like nice and flat, so they're pretty hidden most of the time, which I do like. So it just has a nice sleek look. So the insulation inside of this jacket is, let me make sure I get this right here, Coreloft Compact 60 insulation. So like when I first got this, a friend said to me, like, that doesn't even look like it's insulated. Like, how are you warm enough? It really does not look insulated, but it does perform very well. It's just very compact, and it doesn't really move around a ton. You can hardly even feel it, but it does a pretty good job of keeping you warm. I would say this is a pretty comfortable jacket for me personally, down to around 40, maybe 35, depending if it's sunny or not. And below that, you are going to want to layer more underneath it or more on top of it. But generally, it does pretty well down to that temperature, at least for me. And if you are being active, like you can go even lower than that. Like I was down into like the 20-degree range while I was riding my bike, and because I was moving, I was able to stay warm. So pretty happy with that. We have 2 hand pockets down here. Kind of showed you that with the zipper already, so pretty easy to keep your hands inside of here. They're pretty big. I was actually able to fit my camera inside of here on one occasion when I was just trying to be more nonchalant about what I was doing and shove my camera in there. Pretty big pockets. But now I'm going to talk about the interior pocket here. So there is those 2 exterior pockets, and then you have this 1 interior pocket, I believe, on this side here. So as you can see, just a regular zipper, not the same kind of, I believe, like Vislon zipper on this one. So just a pretty big pocket here. You can see it goes all the way over to the seam over here. So a pretty big place to stow whatever you need to stow inside of there. So when it's like raining, or like I'm not going to need my phone or anything like that, I stow my phone, wallet, and my headphones if I'm not listening to them inside that pocket. I also tested it. You can shove the entire jacket inside of here. It's not a 2-way zipper or anything, and this liner material is pretty light. So I don't know that you're supposed to do that, but you can do it like in a pinch. Typically when I'm packing this thing, I prefer to just kind of roll it up, and I'll get into that in the packability section as well. So the actual testing for this jacket, the 2 things that I really want to write home about is that I wore this to a bonfire for like 3 hours, and it was super windy and there were embers everywhere. I was just getting hit with embers for literally like 3 hours, and I can't notice anywhere on the jacket that has been affected by those embers. Like seriously, I was like just getting hit with embers for a really long time, and it just performed very well. So I also took it for a very long bike ride in the snow, rain, etc. And as I said, it kept me dry, it kept me warm. I will say if I was outside in those temperatures without riding a bike, I probably would have needed to layer on top of it because it was very cold. I think the wind chill was down to like 12 or something like that. So while I was on my bike, I was okay, but if I was just kind of standing around, I probably would not have enjoyed it. And then when I washed this jacket, obviously it smelled a lot like bonfire. After I started the bonfire, I just washed it cold on my washing machine, and I also put a little bit of vinegar in there and then did the second rinse at the end to kind of really just get the smell out. And it did not hang on to smells. I have other jackets that even if I do that with those, it still hangs on to the bonfire smell. The bonfire smell was gone on the first attempt with this jacket. So very happy with these materials, and also very nice that they're sustainable. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure you throw a like on it, drop a comment down below about where you would wear this jacket to, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue making content like this to help you travel smarter. So when it comes to packability, I was making the joke to a friend of mine that you don't need to worry about how this jacket packs because you can literally wear it all the time. It's incredibly comfortable, and it's somehow not super warm when you wear it inside, but also keeps you warm when you're outside. So the amount of times that I would like come home and just still be wearing this jacket for whatever reason, I just not paying attention or whatever, is very high. But obviously, sometimes you are going to have to take it off, and I'm going to show you how I kind of packed it away when I went, up to my mom's house and stuff like that. So typically, if I was taking a packing cube, I would just roll it up and shove it in the packing cube, because you can get some pretty solid compression out of this thing. Let me just roll it up real quickly. So this was me not trying super hard. If I tried harder, I could have gotten this to be smaller, but in a large packing cube, especially if it's not like a long trip and I'm not taking a ton of stuff, so I'm not super worried about space, I can throw this into compression cube and get even more compression out of it because the materials are so lightweight. So I was actually able to get it small enough to fit inside of a larger sling. I think it's like a 6 or 7 liter Tomtock sling I have at home. So you really can pack this down if you need to and just fit it where it needs to go. If you're going on a trip or maybe you're going hiking or something like that, it's just nice to have the extra warmth and a little bit of water protection as well. So this is going to be a little bit of an extended fit notes because I want to show you how it fits and also a few of the reasons why I think this jacket fits so well. So I typically wear an XL. It's just kind of how I like to wear my jackets, but this is actually a large, and it's a little bit smaller than how I typically like to wear my jackets. But because of a few of those features I mentioned, this is actually more comfortable than I normally find jackets. And it's not because I'm wearing the wrong size jacket. It's because just like I said, the features on this one really make it more comfortable. And I don't know that it would be as comfortable if I wore the XL I normally do, but that large just really works for me for a few reasons. So I'm just gonna kind of show you what it looks like me on. It's a pretty, not athletic fitting, but a little bit tighter fitting. It's not super baggy or anything like that. I'm really able to layer over this very easily. I have a Carhartt jacket that I wear a lot, and I was able to put that over this when it was really cold and just really windy to kind of just get a little bit of extra warmth. And because this jacket is a little bit, easier to tighter on my body, it's easier to put larger layers over it. So on the cuff here, I'm going to come up a little bit closer to the camera so you can see it. The cuff here has some elastic on it. It doesn't have a lot of times on jackets like this, you see, I'm going to move this zipper down just a little bit so I don't hit the mic. You see like a hook and loop fastener here. And I think that's more adjustable, but I think this looks nicer and is more comfortable because a lot of times that hook and loop fastener will rub on your arm, and you don't get that here. You just have a nice little bit of elastic, and at least for me personally and my size, this works pretty nicely. So very happy with how comfortable these are because it's like a soft material and just kind of wraps on here. And also if I'm wearing gloves or mittens, I can just kind of elastic it over the end of the glove or mitten, so that way there's not as much wind getting inside of there. So with the hood, so I'm very sorry if I hit the mic here. It might happen just because of how this works, but I'm going to try not to. So I'm going to put the hood on here. The hood is adjustable, and I'm not going to do the zipper all the way up because I'll definitely hit the mic if I do that. We have an adjuster here in the back, so I can kind of cinch this down, and as you can see, it really cinches down right here. So the way I describe it is it's tight, but it's not tight to where it's hurting you, or if you put on a pair of shoes that's too small. It's not that kind of tight. It's just I can really feel it. It's like a hat that fits perfectly and is not too tight and it's not too loose to where it's going to fall off. So when it's really windy, it's nice to do this. I actually was able to put my bike helmet on over this. I wouldn't do it a lot because it wasn't the most comfortable thing, and it kind of restricted my motion both ways. But you can do that if the weather's really bad or it's really cold or you're in a weird situation. So I do really like this for when I need it, and it's also very easy to adjust. Sometimes these are hard to adjust, and it just makes you less likely to use that feature than if it was easy to adjust. And I'm going to step back again here so you can see that we have elastic on the side of the jacket here. So if I need to tighten this up, I can do that. You just kind of pull, actually I think it's on the other side here. Of course I'm on camera, so I'm doing it backwards. So you can just tighten it up with the little adjuster down here, and it gives you more, as you can see, it's getting tighter on my waist. So I didn't use this adjustment nearly as much as the other ones. It's just not as useful for me personally. But I think the thing I like most about the jacket is we do have some side stretch material here. So you can see the material on this part of the jacket is different. So you get a little bit of stretch there, and it just adds a lot of comfort to me. It is a little bit less water resistant right here, but your arms are typically right here, so you're getting some of that protection anyway, and that just kind of brings the whole jacket together for me and makes it very comfortable and also a little bit more breathable. So there you have it, the Arc'teryx Atom hoodie. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.